Hello, we are talking at Techsylvania with Howard Newton. Hello, Howard.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Howard is a professor at Oxford University, and here at Techsylvania he talks about interfacing the brain with machinery. In one of your talks, you mentioned that a machine will never be as a human. Can you detail us a little bit?
Sure. So the human is endowed with faculties and sense and sensations that are not available to the machine, not in the short term, possibly not in the long term. A machine is capable of faster computation, more powerful computation, but not faster and more powerful sensation.
I understand. And how do you, since you are researching this, tell us more things about connectivity between brain and the machinery.
Sure. So we are working on an interface, a brain-machine interface that enables you to interface directly with neurons and process the output of the neurons, formulate an input that intervene with the neurons at the computational level. In doing so, altering cognitive capacity or possibly restore some of lost cognition. In the short term, we're looking at it for therapeutic effect, and in the long term as a cognitive augmentation.
Okay, so cognitive augmentation, this means like a virtual reality, or?
Cognitive augmentation, as in a cycle of our life, we go into a phase of a cognitive decline, and the goal is to restore what we lose, or possibly increase more the capacity of thinking, the capacity of skill acquisition, etc.
And talking about increasing the capacity of human brain, how do you see the evolution of the interface between machine and human for the next, let's say, 5 or 10 years?
I see that in the short term, next 2 to 5 years, we're likely to have an interface that would enable us to process data directly from the brain and receive adequate responses, such as you could possibly do a query and without the peripherals, or you can move a limb or direct a prosthetic, things like that.
I see. So, sounds interesting. And in our talk, you mentioned that you start a company. You have a developing team here in Cluj. Can you tell us more about what they are doing here locally?
Sure. So we have a global company called NITO, stands for Neurons Input Output, and we have satellite teams in about 5 countries. Romania is one of them, and we're certainly very impressed with the quality of people here and the level of curiosity and the level of skill sets.
Sounds great, thank you. And one last question now. How did you feel this year at Techsylvania?
It was amazing. The dynamic that is put together throughout this conference is basically very fluid. You feel a sense of connection that grow among the people during the event, which is rare in some of these events.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.